So the Texans play the Bills on Sunday, and for the first time ever, they will be wearing a different helmet. It's going to be deep steel blue, which is technically New York Yankees blue. Hannah, why did you say it was New York Yankees blue? You never should have said it, but whatever. It's deep steel blue helmet. But on the side is going to be, for the first time ever, something else. It is an H. If you haven't seen these uniforms already, I like them. The Texans did all they could to fight Bud Adams, dead ass, Amy Adams, and get a little bit of that Houston blue into the uniforms on Sunday. They released a video on Twitter this morning. This is narrated by Oilers and Titans great Bruce Matthews, the only Oiler who has not taken the bag from Tennessee to say, yeah, the Titans belong to Nashville. The Oilers belong to Nashville. Warren Moon, problematic Warren Moon. What was up with that person that was working for you? He said in quotation marks. Here is that video narrated by Bruce.
Everybody has a story. My story began when I played at the Dome, but I'm not here to talk about that. Let me tell you about our color, H-Town's color. H-Town blue has been a part of our DNA since this city was born over a century ago. It means so much that our founders put the color on our city's seal. Our pioneers, first responders, and countless icons who call H-Town home don this color with pride. Now it's our turn. Houston, we heard you. H-Town blue isn't just a color. It's a part of our story. And the next chapter starts now.
I wanted more shots fired back. Maybe they should have just had Hannah McNair come in and chirp a little bit. She does seem to be, of all of the Houston Texans, I can't say chestiest, can I? I'm going to say
chirpiest?
The chirpiest. Yes, that's better. She chirps a lot. And I like it.
Yeah,
I wish there were more people in the Texans that would chirp.
Yes, I thought the video was cool because it actually explains why some of this debate is very stupid about the Oilers color and that version of blue. That, like, it is on the crest. It is something that is actually part of the city, and it's not just what the Oilers were. And why I get it. It's an IP thing, whatever. It's dumb. There was bitterness, but I think I like the new uniforms.
Yeah.
I almost kind of prefer this than having the Oilers stuff because it is frankly a history that isn't that great in terms of having success.
For sure.
And I also kind of enjoyed I enjoyed last year a lot watching Tennessee wear them and then Texans.
It was funny. And they didn't just lose to the Texans. They lost to Case Keenum.
Yeah.
Which is the king of Houston.
Yeah,
the longest tenured quarterback in Houston history, given I think he played for the Cougs for 2 decades.
Yes, the best quarterback. Best quarterback in Houston history, Case Keenum. So I like it. I will say though.
Yeah.
I like the red version of this logo better.
Interesting.
The one that's been in the red zone.
Oh yeah.
The red H more than the blue H. I think it looks cooler. The red and black. Versus, or I guess the red and dark blue.
Wait, I'm confused. Dude, what do you mean?
You know the H logo?
Yeah.
In the end zone the last couple weeks, it's been red in the end zone.
Oh.
I think I have a photo of it.
So you want to move away from that altogether?
No, I just think the red one looks cooler actually.
Okay.
It's not necessarily about the yeah, you see here. It's been in the end zone. The red and black version.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I like the red and black version better.
Blue.
It's not that I don't like the blue.
It's navy blue.
Is it navy blue?
Yeah. They don't use black.
Gosh, I know, but in the end zone.
No, don't enable. Do not. I do not want any life being breathed into the idea of the Texans wearing all black uniforms.
No,
because everybody in the NFL, like everyone all these people.
I thought the Detroit ones are so weird.
Those were terrible. All these non-fashion conscious people, unlike me, the most fashion-forward person ever. Paul, you dress macho. Yes, and I look great doing it. You people need to stop trying to force black into every single team when that's not part of their primary color scheme. End uniform rant. But we gotta stop.
I'm ready for the white helmets to come out. Well, we should get those in the next year, I think, is what it'll be, because they're gonna allow teams to have a fourth helmet at some point. So I think we'll get the white helmet, which is cool, because I think the history of that's kind of funny. The fact that, you know, when they announced the team was going to be named the Texans, it was a white helmet. And when you went to at the first draft, or the year before the Texans' first draft, when the Texans helmet was on the wall, there was mini helmets on both sides of the draft for NFC and AFC. The Texans was a white helmet on the NFC side, not on the AFC side, because they weren't sure at the time. So I kind of I'm looking forward to the white helmet as well, and like what they can do with it. No black though. I'm with you. Don't need it.
Whoa. Yeah.
No black
uniforms.
jerseys.
Uniforms. Yeah.
I'm getting canceled today.
Sorry, that sort of led you into that one. A couple of people are bringing up team moved, companies moved. Sure. And the city of Houston should have fought to keep them from renaming or keeping the name the Oilers. The problem is, if you go back to the history, the Oilers did not think that they would be turned down. They thought that they were going to get more renovations, even though they had just gotten renovations. So if you actually go back in time and read about the move, the now Titans did this in such a piss poor way, and this is a reflection of who Bud Adams was as a businessman, in my opinion, as someone who owns an NFL team. They didn't know what they were doing. So they flew by the seat of their pants, and they were the Tennessee Oilers for 2 years, playing in two different places when they first moved there. They played in Memphis at first, and then they played in Nashville. And this is what bothers me about the Titans bringing it back all of a sudden. It's that people in Tennessee did not want that. They were pissed off that they were called the Oilers. They thought it was lazy. They thought it didn't reflect the actual city. Titans doesn't really either, but there was a time where everyone in Tennessee was turned off by the idea of the Oilers. And now they're bringing it back and acting like it's cool and it's theirs. So no, they didn't appreciate how cool it was from the get-go. And the fact that it looks cool and F them is my logic here entirely. This isn't a thinking man's conversation. This is, hey, they have something I want and I hate them.
It's really, because that's what it's all turned into. It's turned into a battle of petty. Whether it's the uniforms, now Bruce Matthews doing this video, the shots from Hannah McNair that have been out there. It's turned into this little war of words a little bit. I wish the Titans were more relevant to make the games matter more. But as long as Will Levis is their quarterback, I don't think that's really going to necessarily be the case here. But because it should be a good rivalry. Like if there was a rivalry in this division, you would think that the history of the cities, it would lend to that. The history, whether you're glad the Oilers stuff is gone or you wish it was still here. Like no matter what side you're on, like there's something to it, but the teams just can't seem to get together to be good at the same time. Like, because the Titans have had very little opportunity to be good.
Well, I mean, they've been the 1 seed 3 times and blew it each time first round.
True. That's why it's like it's not good. They're one-hit wonders.
The funny thing is, it's like the one cool thing the Adams family owns. It's the one cool thing is the Oilers uniforms. That's it. Like they don't have much history. Who's the greatest Houston Oiler of all time? Earl Campbell. After that, is it Bruce Matthews? Is it Robert Brazile? Is it
probably?
I mean, that's a shame for them as an organization. But what's more a shame is, and this is really the thing I actually do care about. I feel bad for the players who played here that they don't get to be received in the way that they should be by people who actually watch them play. Because the people in Nashville have no attachment to them. And it's got to be weird to go out in Nashville. And sure, it's cool that Amy Adams, to her credit, is recognizing all these players who play for the Houston Oilers, not the Tennessee Titans, and giving them their special days. But no one in Nashville has any emotional connection to them, where here in Houston, even if the Oilers were a million years ago, everyone loves Earl Campbell. You know, people love Dante Pastorini. People loved all who I love. I've met him a couple times on a couple of shows with him. He's always been great to me.
Yeah, because outside the Houston Sports Hall of Fame, that's still obviously very new. Like what we're in like year 5 or 6 of that at this point. Like there's really no other way to honor them. Like I do wish there was some kind of way to honor them at NRG, because it's like, you know, as Bruce Matthews says in like that clip, like it's Houston's football history. Like that's why it matters. It is what matters the most. Like, and I know like there will be people who say you guys are outsiders, you know, they get it. No, I've been here for 10 years. I've talked to enough people that like it bothers them. It matters. And like I've met these guys too. Like they don't want to be shills of the Tennessee Titans organization, but they basically have two choices.
Some are definitely getting paid.
Yes.
And I don't blame them. They take that money. But I don't believe them. Bruce Matthews is the one I believe here.
Yeah.
Bruce Matthews, who has always said that it belongs to Houston, he is the guy that I believe here, because I don't think he has been paid by anybody.
Yeah, but it's like your choices are either you have to kind of get paid, which is, yeah, you get money, and you have to basically be a Tennessee Titan, or you just don't matter to the NFL world anymore. Like that's the position that these guys are in, to where they're just totally out of society of the NFL world if they don't want to be Tennessee Titans.
Yeah. I feel bad. I feel bad for everybody that's in that spot. Now, you know, you've been here a while. I've been here a while too. It's partly that. It's also partly having lived in Seattle for a little bit, and like they're still pissed about the Sonics too. And that's still it's a fresher wound than the Oilers leaving. I think for a lot of people that were NFL fans here, I think a lot of people don't like the NFL here in Houston specifically because the Oilers left. It was a terrible way to leave, and the team that's come back never wins in big spots like the one that they're in on Sunday.